Hello, students. How are you all? Are you all fine and safe at your home? Yes, of course, you should be, right? So, again, I am your mentor Shubna Mandlik with new video lecture to teach you subject science and your chapter 5 coal and petroleum. So, in this video lecture, we would be learning what is coal and petroleum, what are its uses, how they are formed, and what are its utilities, how they are in limited amount, how we should be using it. So this type of point we are going to discuss in this video lecture. Okay, students, so let us begin your chapter 5 coal and petroleum. So we use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them they are found in nature and some have been made by human efforts. Okay, all these materials are not natural, which are available naturally. They are kind of natural material, and which are not available to us, they are man-made materials. So we are going to learn first of all natural and man-made materials. So if you consider in your surrounding, which type of material you think are naturally made? What do you think are natural things, or say natural materials? You can make a list of natural material and man-made material. For example, if you consider all the natural resources like water, wind, sunlight, and wind, all this are natural materials. Man-made materials which are somehow processed and made by humans. So they are man-made materials. Can you list some examples of man-made materials? There are so many, plenty of examples of man-made materials. Which materials are there? Can you list them out? Yes, furniture you can list out, machines, clothes, fibers, not natural fibers, okay, synthetic fibers you can say. So all these are man-made materials. Okay, so here next paragraph says that does this list include air, water, soil, and minerals? Yes, natural materials list include all this because they are available in nature. So they are called natural resources. Can we use all our natural resources forever? Next question arises that if these materials are available naturally, then can we use them forever? Can air, water, and soils be exhausted by human activities? Just think about this. Air, water, and soil, these all are available to us in plenty of amount. But we are not using it wisely, and then finally these resources would be finished. Okay, you learnt about various types of pollutions in your previous year. So you better know that all these resources are having their limits. Okay, if you consider air, then air is being polluted day by day by just release of exhaust of that smoke by vehicles, smoke by factories, and global warming. So all these things are affecting our environment and air is being polluted. Am I right? Same way water is being polluted because factories they are dumping their waste into that rivers or other water flows which are natural, and soil is being exhausted by using various chemicals, by dumping waste which is not decomposable. So all these things are just making our resources very limited to us because we are not using them wisely. Okay, so in the light of availability of various resources in nature, natural resources can be classified into two types. One which is inexhaustible and other which is exhaustible natural resources. So resources which are inexhaustible means which are unlimited. Okay, they would not finished. You would use any amount of that resources, it would remain there. Okay, it is just available in infinite amount. So that type of resources are known as inexhaustible resources. Okay, for example, sunlight and air, it would be available to us always. Now, exhaustible resources are type of resources which are in limited amount. They can be exhausted by human activities. For example, if you are not using water in limited amount, it would finish someday. Drinking water is available in limited amount, and you hear many a times that in particular area there is scarcity of water. This your rainfall is not good, and water is not available to local people in limited and enough amount. So that type of news headlines, they shows that this resource is limited and we should use it wisely. Okay, same way, coal and petroleum and natural gas, these three are also kind of resources which are natural resources available in nature, but they are in limited amount. So if we not use it wisely, they would finish. So same thing we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, again you are given one activity which is group activity. Here you need to take some container and fill them with popcorn, peanuts, roasted gram and toffees. Okay, and divide it into students group of 7 each. This activity can be performed in a class, but right now it's not possible, so we are going to just discuss it. So what you need to do in this activity, that student would divide into group of 7, and each group would be given one container in which different things would be there. Okay, now uh, further divide each group into 3 subgroups containing 1, 2 and 4 students. Label them as first, second and third generation respectively. And next what you would do, uh, next this subgroup would represent the consumers as population is growing, and second and third generation have larger number of consumer. Now you would put one full container for each group on a table and ask consumer of first generation from each group to consume eatables from the container of their group, and now ask second generation consumer from each group to do the same, and ask students to observe carefully the availability of eatables in each container. If something is left in container, ask third generation for each group to consume it and observe what happens. अब ये एक्टिविटी अगर हम करेंगे कि हमने अलग अलग कंटेनर लिए हैं, जिसमें एक में पॉपकॉर्न है, एक में पीनट्स है, एक में टॉफ़ीज़ है, और ऐसे कंटेनर्स हमने एक टेबल पे रख दिए हैं और 7 स्टूडेंट्स के ग्रुप बनाए, 7 स्टूडेंट्स के, और हर एक ग्रुप को और डिवाइड किया है कि एक ग्रुप में एक स्टूडेंट रहेगा, सेकंड में 2, उसमें उसके बाकी वाले में 4। तो एक 7 स्टूडेंट के ग्रुप्स को भी हमने फर्दर 3 सब ग्रुप में डिवाइड कर दिया है, जिनको हमने फर्स्ट, सेकंड और थर्ड जनरेशन ऐसा नाम दिया है। ठीक है, फिर हम फर्स्ट जनरेशन को एक कंटेनर से कोई भी चीज़ कंज्यूम करने के लिए बोलेंगे, फिर उसमें कुछ बचता है तो सेकंड जनरेशन का टर्न आएगा, फिर कुछ बचता है तो थर्ड जनरेशन का टर्न आएगा। ऐसे करके हम हर एक ग्रुप को चांस देंगे। तो फाइनली क्या होगा, अब जनरली होगा ऐसा कि स्टूडेंट को पॉपकॉर्न और पीनट से ज़्यादा क्या पसंद होता है, जनरली टॉफ़ीज़। ठीक है, तो वही चीज़ स्टूडेंट कंज्यूम करेंगे और फाइनली बाकी सारी चीज़ें पड़ी रहेगी, बट टॉफ़ीज़ जो है वो टोटली कंज्यूम हो जाएगी, और एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा कि नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के लिए वो टॉफ़ीज़ नहीं बचेगी। ठीक है, तो इसी सिनारियो को हम अपने नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज से अगर कंपेयर करें तो हम ये चीज़ समझ सकते हैं कि अभी जो नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज लिमिटेड अमाउंट में अवेलेबल है, अगर उनको वाइजली यूज़ नहीं किया गया तो क्या होगा, एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा कि नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के लिए वही रिसोर्सेज हम अवेलेबल नहीं होंगे। और ये कौन से रिसोर्सेज है, वो है कोल, पेट्रोलियम, नेचुरल गैस। ये चीज़ें बहुत सालों के बाद बनी है और इनको बहुत ही लिमिटेड अमाउंट में और वाइसली यूज़ करना चाहिए। ठीक है, वरना ये एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा कि नेक्स्ट जनरेशन हमारी जो होगी उनके लिए अवेलेबल नहीं होगा। ओके, सो ये एक्टिविटी यही चीज़ एक्सप्लेन कर रही है। ओके, नाउ कंसिडर दिस लास्ट पैराग्राफ इन फर्स्ट कॉलम। that in this chapter we will learn about some exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, and natural gas, which were formed from dead remains of living organism. Okay, and these are known as fossil fuels. तो इनको यहाँ पे डिफाइन किया है. उनकी प्रीवियस स्लाइड्स जो है उसमें भी यही चीज़ डिफाइन की है. व्हाट इज नेचुरल रिसोर्स? सो नेचुरल रिसोर्स इज एनीथिंग पीपल कैन यूज which comes from nature, and people do not make natural resources but gather them from the earth. Example of natural resources are air, water, trees, plants, soil, sun, and wind. So natural resources, its example includes these listed below. Okay, and natural resources are divided into two types, non renewable and renewable. जैसे हमने दो टाइप आगे डिवाइड किए, एग्जॉस्टिबल एंड इनएग्जॉस्टिबल, सेम वे वी कैन से नॉन रिन्यूएबल एंड रिन्यूएबल. समथिंग which is found in nature and used by people are natural resources, जिनमें से नॉन रिन्यूएबल resources which cannot be replaced in our lifetime, means they take lot of time to form, and during our lifetime they, once they finish, they cannot be replaced again, or they cannot be reformed again. Okay, once they are used, they are gone, completely gone, they cannot come back anyhow. Okay, an example includes oil, means crude oil, natural gas, coal, okay, and other natural energy. Okay, so these includes examples which can not renewable, okay, which cannot be renewed. Now renewable resources, they can be replaced in our lifetime, means they can be reformed again, reproduced again, and they can be replaced by nature. Okay, because they are available from nature. For example, energy from sun, water, or wind, they can be replaced. Plants, if plants are finished, we can grow them again. Okay, and animals, if they are in less amount, we can again reproduce them, and we can again create a greater amount of that animals. Fine. So these are renewable resources. Now natural resources can be divided into two types, which we just saw. Again, the same examples are given here, that water, sun, air, or say wind, and wood. These are renewable resources, and non-renewable resources include crude oil, coal, natural gas. Okay. Now you are explained what is coal and its type and how coal is formed. Let us see. Here coal, you can see various types of coal, that is lignite coal, anthracite coal, bituminous and subbituminous coal. Here what is coal, its definition is explained, and how coal is formed, that is given. So in figure you can see that coal, its piece is given here. So you may have seen coal or heard about it. In figure 5.1 the same is given. It is as hard as stone and it is black in color. Okay, so coal is one of the fuel used to cook food earlier. Okay, पहले के टाइम में इसको as a fuel use किया जाता था, and it was used in railway engines to produce steam. जब steam engines हुआ करते थे तब ये यूज़ होता था. अभी डीजल इंजन और इलेक्ट्रिक इंजन अवेलेबल है. सो पहले जो स्टीम इंजन्स यूज़ किए हुआ करते थे तो उनमें कोल को एज अ फ्यूल यूज़ किया जाता था. इट इज़ ऑल्सो यूज्ड इन थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स टू प्रोड्यूस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. Okay, so with help of coal, electricity is also produced. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. For example, in ceramic industries, coal gas is used. Okay, or in other industries, coal is used as a fuel. But next question arises that how this coal is formed. So story of coal, its production is given here. Where do we get coal from and how is it formed? So about 300 million years ago, Earth had dense forest in low-lying wetland areas, and due to natural process like flooding, this forest get buried under soil. Okay, क्या हुआ कि 300 मिलियन साल पहले अर्थ जिनमें डेंस फॉरेस्ट हुआ करते थे और कुछ वेट लैंड एरियाज थे. ओके, तो उनमें नेचुरल प्रोसेस जैसे कि फ्लड की वजह से ये फॉरेस्ट सारे के सारे सॉइल के नीचे दब गए और इनकी वजह से एक ऐसा प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर क्रिएट हुआ कि जिनकी वजह से ये डेड प्लांट्स थे या डेड बॉडीज़ थी एनिमल की, जो नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज़ की वजह से वो दब गई थी ज़मीन के नीचे, तो फाइनली वो कन्वर्ट हो गई इन फॉसिल्स में। जनरली कोई भी डेड बॉडीज़ होती है वो फॉसिल्स में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है, राइट? So same way this plants also got converted into fossils, and finally temperature and pressure which was in greater amount, immense amount, it converted that fossils into fuel, which is coal. And as coal contained mainly carbon, this slow process of conversion of dead vegetation means here plants and they were dead, got buried under soil, right? So that dead vegetation, it got converted into coal. And this process of conversion of this dead vegetation into coal is known as carbonization. You can underline this word. Carbonization is a process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal. And since it was formed from remains of vegetation, coal is also called fossil fuels. Okay, फॉसिल्स में से बने हुए हैं इसीलिए इनको फॉसिल फ्यूल्स कहते हैं. A coal mine is also shown in figure 5.2. Here you can see in figure 5.2 coal mine is shown in which mining is done to get coal. After that, that coal is processed. Okay, because directly if that coal is used, in that coal amount of sulfur or nitrogen is available, and after its combustion it would release more amount of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide into air, which is harmful, which would include increase global warming. Okay, so that is why first of all that coal is processed. So this process says that how coal is converted into uh, how the dead vegetation converted into coal, how coal was formed. And formation of coal is known as carbonization process. Here 4 types of coal are listed here: lignite, anthracite, bituminous and subbituminous. Out of which anthracite is having most of amount of carbon in it, and less than that includes bituminous, and compared to bituminous, lignite is having further less amount of coal, carbon in it. Okay, now what is coke is explained here. So when coal is heated in air, it burns and produces carbon dioxide gas, which we just discussed. Now, as I said, coal is not directly given to local people for use as a fuel. First of all, it is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, and coal gas. So, coke, it is tough, porous, and black substance, and it is an almost pure form of carbon. And it is used in manufacturing of steel and in extraction of many metals. Okay, metallurgy में जो मेटल का एक्सट्रैक्शन किया जाता है उसमें कोक को एज अ फ्यूल यूज़ किया जाता है. जब हम कोल को प्रोसेस करते हैं और प्योर कोक अवेलेबल होता है तो वो टफ, पोरस और ब्लैक सब्सटेंस होता है. ठीक है, और उसे स्टील इंडस्ट्रीज में यूज़ करते हैं. कोल टार इज़ अ ब्लैक थिक लिक्विड विथ अनप्लेजेंट स्मेल. ओके, एक थिक ब्लैक लिक्विड है जो एक अनप्लीजेंट स्मेल के साथ अवेलेबल है. अबाउट 200 सब्सटेंसेस उनका मिक्सचर है कोल टार, and products obtained from coal tar are used as starting material for manufacturing for various substances used in everyday life and in industry like synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfume, plastics, paints, photographic materials, roofing materials, etc. Interestingly, naphthalene balls used to repel moths and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. अब आपको क्वेश्चन होगा कि अभी बताया गया कि कोल टार एक अनप्लीजेंट स्मेल वाला सब्सटेंस है, तो इसको परफ्यूम्स बनाने के लिए कैसे यूज़ किया जाता होगा, या फिर ड्रग्स, डाइज, एक्सप्लोजिव, इन सब चीज़ों में क्यों यूज़ किया जाता होगा. तो मेन चीज़ ये है कि उनको बनाने के लिए इनका रो कंटेंट नहीं है, बट स्टार्टअप प्रोसेस के लिए जो चाहिए या एक रॉ मटेरियल के तौर पे चाहिए, या कहीं प्रोसेस में वो चीज़ हिस्सा ले रही है, ठीक है, तो उनमें ये ज़रूरी होता है कोल tar. These days, bitumen, a petroleum product, is also used in place of coal tar for metalling the roads. जैसे कि रोड के सरफेसिंग के लिए बिटुमेन को भी यूज़ किया जाता है. नेक्स्ट इज कोल गैस, वो भी कोल की प्रोडक्ट है. तो कोल गैस obtained during processing of coal to get coke, it is used. Let us go to next slide, students. Okay, so as a fuel in many industries, it is used near the coal processing plants. So what was given in that slide is that coal gas, it is also used in various industries as a fuel. And coal gas, in earlier time, coal gas was used for street lighting for first time in London in 1810, and in Europe, New York around 1820. In these days coal is used as a source of heat rather than light. ओके, अर्लियर टाइम में इसे लाइट सोर्स के तौर पे यूज़ किया जाता था कि कोल गैस के कंबशन से जो लाइट प्रोड्यूस होती थी, तो एज अ उनको लाइट सोर्स के लिए यूज़ किया जाता था. बट नाउ डेज इट इज़ यूज्ड एज अ हीट सोर्स. इनके कंबशन से जो हीट अवेलेबल होती है उनको यूज़ किया जाता है. ठीक है, जो भी प्लांट्स होते हैं सेरामिक के, तो उनमें कोल गैस एक फ्यूल के हीट सोर्स के तौर पे यूज़ किया जाता है. ठीक है. So here we complete first portion of our chapter, which is coal, and in next portion we would complete next second half of your chapter, which is petroleum. तो उनके ऊपर हम डिस्कशन करेंगे. ठीक है, तो इस वीडियो लेक्चर के लिए बस इतना ही. तो आज के वीडियो लेक्चर के बाद जो क्वेश्चंस मिलेंगे आपको एफएनबी में कंप्लीट करने हैं. ओके, और जल्द से जल्द अपनी एफएनबी कंप्लीट कर सके उतना हमें करना है. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, सो आई विल सी यू इन नेक्स्ट वीडियो लेक्चर. टिल देन स्टे होम, स्टे सेफ. थैंक यू.